Have you ever gone into a store looking for one thing and come out with an entire cart full of items? In what might be one of the most delightfully unexpected shopping trips in Austin's history, Dean Kilgard went into Honey Bee Quilt Store intending to ask about Pro Stitcher for Diana's long arm, and came home as a quilt shop owner instead. Some people surprised their spouse with flowers or jewelry. Dean surprised Diana with an entire quilt shop opportunity. The other day I sat down with this adventurous couple and learned how their spontaneous leap into quilt shop ownership blossomed into a vibrant mission to build and serve Austin's quilting community with a happy place to dwell. Dean, Diana, just tell me a bit about how you got here with Honey Bee.
Well, Diane's been a quilter for quite a while, probably 10 years or so, and she had a handy quilter. 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
Well, so I came in here one day without her knowing about it, looking for a Pro Stitcher. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I was looking for one, and I ended up talking to the owner of the store, and she told me all about it, this and that and the other, and she says, oh, by the way, I'm going to sell the store at the first of the year. And anyway, so instead of going home with a possible present, I had to go home and say, well, I went to Honey Bee today and look at a Pro Stitcher, and she's selling the store. And Diana mentioned that sometime,
A long time ago,
that she would like to have a quilt store when we retired. So we haven't retired, but anyway, so here we are. It was 10 months later, however long it was, we finally got Honey Bee. Wasn't that long.
Yep.
So it was not our plan, just something to do.
So, you know what, Diane, what was your reaction when he says, oh, I was going to do this, and here, why don't we do this instead?
Well, I looked at him and I said, I told you, no, Pro Stitcher can wait. And then he said, well, she's selling the store, so, we can buy the quilt. I just went, what? Excuse me? And
If we don't do it now, when are we going to do it?
Exactly. So there was a couple of sleepless nights where I paced and thought, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? It's so much paperwork. I mean, it was like, so there was a lot of sleepless nights, but it all worked out. I was working at high school in the counseling office. We were kind of slow because it was COVID. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so I could do a lot of research and stuff. So, but it worked out. So it was just kind of crazy, very nerve-wracking.
So now, you guys had to do a lot of, I don't know if you had to, but there was a lot of remodeling and reimagining of what the store would be. Now, I know you came into it with no retail experience. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Except for the consumer side.
Yeah.
Just jumping in with both feet and learning as you go.
Right.
What was the biggest challenge during the entire transformation?
Oh, wow. The biggest challenge is we didn't know what we were doing. Probably, we were really fortunate right off the bat. We got with someone that knew what they were doing. They knew about quilt stores. They knew a little bit about marketing. So we came in and we started making changes to our, to the way we would do a store. So I think part of that was, we just freshened the place up a little bit. I think everybody does it. You make it your own. So we put in new lights and painted and just made it, just started changing things around. And it took a while. It took a while to get sort of confidence in doing different things. But I don't know.
It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because we'd finished one project and, okay, we're on to the next one. I thought, oh, we're going to die.
Never ending.
It's never ending. It's like going, oh my gosh, rearranging. The long arms were in different places and here and there. And so we decided, okay, the store always changes. Everyone comes in and goes, okay, where's this now? It's like it's over here.
But the best thing, I think the best thing is we were probably not here even a week, and we were getting a lot of positive comments from customers. Just when we made little changes, it's like we just got a lot of positive comments. Incredible. Quilters are the nicest people in the world. What a great community to serve in.
Oh yeah, positive feedback.
Yeah, we get a lot of positive. We get, really one of the big things at the start is we get a lot of positive feedback from our customers, and that really motivates you to do different things and experiment. And also, it reinforces what you're doing is not completely
Off base.
whacked out.
Oh,
So it's a good thing. So that's probably the best thing in the world. So. And-
yeah, go ahead.
no, and it was still the end of the pandemic, so it was still sort of happening, and masks were still a thing. And at this point, that's been 3.5 years, and that just seems like a
long
century
time ago.
It's just
Right, so much
so
has
long
happened,
ago.
right?
So
Yeah.
much has happened.
Now, you guys have a long arm studio where people can come and learn and train and quilt their own and do quilts. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we have 3 machines that we have set up. One we strictly use to quilt customers' quilts. So we have a person here, we have an employee here who does the long arms. So someone's here Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we have another one who's here Thursday, Friday. And what they do is they help the customers. I mean, you don't have to have any experience. They are here to help you get your quilt done. So they can come in at 9:30. They can quilt till 4:30. However much they get done, they get done. And our employee who's there will help them load it, quilt it. They can choose their pattern or whatever, and then do that, and they can get their quilts done. And then we quilt for customers, and so we have a rack in the back that we put everybody's in a queue, and then we just when our customers are quilting, we're usually quilting something on the 3rd machine, and so we quilt for customers, and they come in and pick them up, and they're happy.
And sometimes people come in, they want to buy a machine. That's the big thing about the rental program. You don't have to take a class or anything else just to come in, and you sort of get an idea. Do I want to do this? And some people do, and some people don't. So it's very important, to have those different options before you, make a big investment. You want to see, am I going to like this? So it's really a cool way to do it without really a lot of impact.
What is your mission, vision, hope, dream going forward? What do you want from the store? I know you spend a lot of time building community, and I appreciate that as a customer. And what is your sort of vision going forward?
Why are you looking at me? It's like
I thought we were just shooting from the hip here.
it's like going from day to day. I don't know.
We just want to have fun. We want to have fun with it. We're not here to take over the world. We're here to just have a good time, and hopefully give people a good experience when they come in, and be a friendly place. We sort of want to be the Cheers bar, where you just can come and it's a happy place. You walk in the door and you smile. If I can make people chuckle and laugh,
And
hey,
he does.
I'm happy too. It's like we want this to be a happy place. When we were first considering buying the store, we went and looked at stores in Dallas and Houston, and it was funny because one of the stores we walked into up in the Dallas area, I remember looking around and I really liked the store, and Diane goes, this place is it's just a happy place. So we tried to sort of mold it into that, because it gave you the emotion of it's just a happy place, and that's what we want this to be. So, we don't want to take over the world.
No.
No. We just want to have fun.
Looking back now, what advice would you give someone who finds themselves suddenly owning a quilt store? Because, that's a thing that happens every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
What were you thinking? I think the advice would be, I don't know, since we walked in just knowing nothing, and we were going to do this regardless, we were just going to do it. I would get somebody that surround yourself with people that have quilt stores, so you can sort of get the basics down quicker, because I think it took us a little longer because we just sort of did it our way and we sort of figured it out along the way. So the biggest thing that helped us was when we got that person in to help us. And even though it was just for a few days and calls and this and that and the other, it made the world a difference to give you the confidence.
To ask for help.
Ask for help, yeah.
It's hard, right? That's really
Yeah, and it was good because she came in and it's like she had merchandising experience, and she was referred by one of our reps, and so we contacted her, and we thought we were going to die that week she was here because we were here.
She worked us to death.
She worked us. I mean, we moved stuff around. It's like going, oh my God. It's like we're going to die.
But all the difference in the world. Yeah.
Yes.
All the difference in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would you do anything differently? Would you change it?
Yes.
Yeah?
I would. The decisions we made, I would make quicker.
Yeah.
Because you sort of like, you're like, well, is this going to be right or not right? Well, I mean, overall, do we make mistakes? Sure, we made mistakes. Overall, were our instincts good? Yes, they were. We just needed to trust them more. So I would accelerate much quicker than we did.
He likes to accelerate. I like to go, let's think about that.
Well, that's a good balance. What's your favorite part of the day-to-day?
I don't know. Recess?
Nap time. I don't know.
I would say the favorite part is when I can, and it's not all the time. Sometimes you get really busy with just the behind the scenes work, but it's just coming out and just joking with customers, talking to customers.
Or our employees.
Yeah. But it's just, that's really the big part. And I don't get to do that all the time because there's just work to do. Mm-hmm. But that is the best part because the other part that I sort of like, and not many of us are good at remembering names, or they say you're not good at remembering names. Well, I'm not either. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. But I sort of get a kick out of it when someone comes in the door, and one person I'm thinking in particular, we're talking to me, and he goes, "You don't know my name." And I just spit it out. Where that came from, I don't know, but you start to get to know people, and it just matters.
It really is about community, isn't it?
It is. So that's sort of important.
All right, as we wrap up, tell me what's coming up in 2025.
We always have an open house, like once or twice, 3 times a year. So different classes. We have a lot of the same teachers, but different things. Like a lot of handwork is coming back in. I mean, it's kind of like clothing where it cycles out and then it comes back.
Right.
So a lot of handwork, English paper piecing and embroidery. So we're seeing a lot of that emerge. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to shift it that way too? So we kind of cover everything.
And we really have great teachers. I mean, they are
really,
really good teachers. I cannot emphasize that enough. And like, they're just starting classes and clubs, and it's just a lot of fun.
They just kind of take it and run, which is like, hey, we're not here to hold you back. So that's a good thing. So what else do we have?
We're going to get a new fabric line in here.
Yeah, we're going to get a new fabric line in.
Well, we're working with a designer now, which is a really cool fabric line that we saw at market. So that'll be coming out hopefully in the next 2 months.
We have the All Texas Shop Hop, which was a big success this last year. So we're hoping it's going to be like that this year.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we're very
busy. We also do about 3 times a year. We have handiculture educators come in and do different classes and stuff. So it's not just the basics of learning it, but it's like rulers and pro stitcher and designer and other classes. So that's good. We really like to emphasize more on that too.
How to get the most out of it.
Right.
It's a huge investment.
It's a huge investment. It does so much when people come into the store and they it's like they'll come and rent a machine, which is great. It shows them the basics, but as I always say, it's like that machine will do so much. You're only limited by your imagination. Mm-hmm. And it's when they're back here renting, it's sort of like I always say, it's like driving a Ferrari to Sunday school. You don't need a Ferrari to go to Sunday school. This does so much more. Yeah. it's just unlimited. So, and that's one of the reasons we bought the store to start with. Is it was because it had the handy quilter. That was a big
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
It was a huge deal because it's about quilting and
Finishing your quilts.
finishing your quilts.
Yeah.
Finishing.
And one of the things I didn't know, and I can talk forever, you guys know that. Diane said when her best friend Laurie got her into quilting about,
And I blame her.
yeah,
Absolutely.
what, 15 or 20 years ago?
Yes.
I didn't know this till probably this last year. She said after she did her first quilt and did it on her domestic machine,
I said,
she was
that's
already
it.
looking
Nope.
for a long arm.
Exactly.
What? Nobody told me that.
Yes.
So,
And that's what you do. You just is like, "Oh, I can't manipulate this on a
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I was 20 years younger, and it's like going, there's just no way.
Right.
And so I started looking, and I just happened to go choose a handy quilter. I didn't, it's like, oh, I'm glad I did because they have the best support. I mean, we
Yes,
can
they
call,
do.
and so, yeah.
And then one more thing is, and one of the things I also learned through this is probably the biggest learning of all. So Diane, I know she wanted to get for the handy quilter, the Pro Stitcher, and we came in and we got the store. So next time when she wants something now, I just buy it because I don't really want another store. So,
Because one avenue.
right, we don't want to repeat. So that is a big lesson learned out of all this. So, and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Today I am at my local quilt shop, Honey Bee Quilt Store. They are 5 minutes from my house, which is exceedingly dangerous, but I love them, and I'm going to give you a little tour. Diana, thank you again so much for letting all of us peek behind the scenes of your quilting journey. It is refreshing to see how an unplanned detour to buy Pro Stitcher turned into such a meaningful adventure for both you and Austin's quilting community. Your enthusiasm for Honey Bee Quilt Store and its future is contagious. Sometimes the best things in life come from the most surprising moments. Your story reminds us that sometimes we don't need a perfectly stitched plan, just the courage to say yes to an unexpected opportunity and the commitment to transform that impulse into impact. I hope if you're in the Austin area, you'll stop by and say hello at this truly happy place. Do me a favor, leave me a comment down below and tell me what your favorite thing to see at a local quilt shop is. Be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss a video. And never, ever forget that you make the world more beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.